Ever feel like you're winning at money for 3 months only to suddenly stop caring? You aren't lazy and your brain isn't broken. You've just hit the ADHD novelty cliff. Today, we're ditching the shame and learning how to rotate your way to financial success. Welcome to The Distracted Dollar, the podcast where we talk about money through the lens of ADHD, real life, and real struggles. I'm Vanessa, your ADHD money coach, and we're here to move from chaos to control. Have you ever started a new budget or a savings plan, felt completely on top of your money for about 3 months, and then just stopped? You open the app and you just don't want to look. You avoid your spreadsheet like it's a chore. That feeling isn't a personal failure. It's your brain hitting what I call the ADHD novelty cliff. And if we keep trying to fight it with more discipline, we lose every single time. So today I'm showing you why your brain checks out on a perfect system and one strategy that actually works with it, not against it. Okay, so let's break this down why this happens, because understanding this is what takes the shame off the table. Our ADHD nervous systems run on interest, not importance. A brand new budget app is a fascinating puzzle. It's novel, it's shiny. Figuring it out gives us a hit of dopamine. That dopamine is fuel for our focus and follow through. But after about 90 days, the puzzle is solved. The system is no longer interesting. It's just important. And when the dopamine from our novelty dries up, our brain's fuel for that task runs out. That's the cliff. The resistance you feel isn't laziness. It's a biological signal that says this no longer provides the neurochemical reward required to engage. Dr. William Dodson talks about this. The ADHD brain is a motivation dependent in a way neurotypical brains aren't. This drop creates two huge specific pain points with money. First, impulse buys. When your budgeting system feels boring, restraint has no fuel. That little hit from dopamine you get from sticking to the plan is gone. So your brain goes looking for it elsewhere. An unplanned purchase provides a quick, easy hit. It's not a loss of willpower, it's a neurological redirect. Second, savings also stall. When the process of tracking savings becomes tedious, the goal feels incredibly distant. That long-term dopamine payoff is too far away, so progress just stops. You stop transferring that money, you stop checking the balance, because the pathway to feeling good about it is closed. Here's the trap. We mistake this biological boredom for a moral failure. We think, I can't stick to anything. And that shame makes us avoid our finances completely. And that avoidance, that's where the real cost hits. That's the ADHD tax. It's late fees because you didn't want to open the bill, the subscription you forgot to cancel, the momentum on your debt payoff that completely vanishes. One study even put the societal cost of ADHD in the billions, largely from lost productivity. And this cycle is a huge part of that. So it's time we stop fighting our wiring and start working with it. So, your 4-season system. So if fighting it doesn't work, what does? We stop trying to stick with one thing forever. We stop worshiping at the altar of consistency, which was never built for our brains in the first place. Instead, we build a rotation. We change the method every 90 days to keep the dopamine flowing, while the goal, managing our money, stays perfectly steady. This is your permission slip to quit your budget strategically. I plan my year around what I call a 4-season framework. It's a pre-planned escape from the 90-day wall. Each season is a completely different way of interacting with your money, designed to match a different phase of your interest and energy. Season 1 is a high-tech phase. Think of it as spring. Everything is new and growing. This is when you lean hard into the novelty of a new app, a complex spreadsheet, a beautiful Notion dashboard, and you spend time customizing categories, setting up automations, making it pretty. This works because the exploration itself, the learning, the setup, the reward. Your brain is getting dopamine from mastering the tool, which fuels you to actually use it. Then around day 90, when clicking into that app starts to feel like a chore, you don't fight it, you transition. You move to season 2, the tactical phase. This is summer. It's physical, it's sensory. When the screens get boring, you switch to cash. You break out the envelopes, or you use what I call the magic container method. One jar for weekly spending, one for savings. There's something about physically touching the money, moving it from one place to another, that rewires our focus. It makes the abstract concept of a budget feel real and immediate again. It's a completely different neurological pathway, but maybe life gets busy or the thought of sorting cash feels like too much. That's your signal for season 3, the minimalist phase. This is fall. You strip everything back. The single least friction question. I call this the one number method. All you need to know is, what's my weekly spending limit? You don't track categories, you don't log receipts, you just check your bank balance once a week against that number. It's survival mode for your attention, and it's incredibly effective because it removes all the barriers that feel like torture when your dopamine is low. And finally, we have season 4, the gamified phase. This is winter. We use external pressure for good. This is your no spend November, or a visual savings tracker you color in every day. You create a short term challenge with a very clear finish line. The dopamine comes from beating the game, from the daily win of coloring in a square, from the social accountability if you do it with a friend. It's a burst of external structure that carries you through. The critical, non negotiable rule here is no shame when a season ends. Its job was 90 days. It's not a failure, it's a complete cycle. You wouldn't get mad at a tree for losing its leaves in the fall. You just know it's time for winter. And through all of this, one anchor habit stays the same: the Sunday money date. 10 minutes every week, no matter the season, you're just checking in through a different lens. That's how the goal stays consistent while the method rotates. So, your biggest blocker right now is probably deciding which season to start in. And I can feel the decision paralysis from here. So, here's your assignment: don't overthink it, just pick one. Look at your energy right now. Are you burned out and overwhelmed? Start with a minimalist one. Are you bored and craving something new? Download a new app for the high tech phase. It doesn't have to be perfect or fancy. It just has to be different from what you're doing now, because what you're doing now has hit the cliff. The goal this week isn't to find the perfect forever system. The goal is to break the cycle of shame and simply restart the clock. Give your brain a new puzzle to solve. Your brain isn't flawed for needing variety, it's built for it. Give it permission to rotate. Subscribe for more strategies that work for your brain. Until next time, from chaos to control.